You can get this product and so much more at www.safariltd.com. And don't forget to use the coupon code SpinoDude, that's SpinoDude, to get 20% off your next order. All links are down below in the description. Hey guys, SpinoDude here and welcome back to another video. Today guys, we're continuing the hashtag Hawaii Safari campaign from Safari Ltd with a look at another brand new 2019 Safari Ltd figure. So let's have our co-host Marvin bring it out. Thank you, Marvin. Alrighty guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at this. This is the 2019 Safari Ltd Camarasaurus. Now, Bioniclesaurus got this figure first when Safari did their big secretive 2019 figure send out to a bunch of the dino tubers. If you remember, I got the Carnotaurus and the woolly rhino, Kayakasaurus got the Cetipati, and the Styracosaurus and Bioniclesaurus got this guy, the Camarasaurus, and the Prestosuchus. Now first of all, thank you very much Safari Ltd for sending this figure over to the channel as always. Now I have to say, when I first saw this this figure, when Bioniclesaurus was posting images and he posted his review, I was a little bit jarred by it, and I'm not exactly sure why, but something about it was putting me off back then. It was definitely my least favorite sauropod that Safari released. But now that I've spent more time with it, and I pulled it out of the packaging and I've gotten my own, this thing is stunning. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I have to say that out of all of Safari's sauropods that they've released, they've had a consistent trend since 2016 of releasing a brand new sauropod figure every single year, which I think is awesome. They do that with their ceratopsians as well ever since 2017 with their Ionosaurus. But out of all of Safari's sauropod figures that they have right now, this is my new favorite. This thing is so natural looking, it's so beautiful to look at, so elegant and charming, especially in the face, and it just really looks like a gentle giant. It has a very different texture to the body as well, very, I want to say, an almost chalky feeling to the paint or the material that they made this figure out of. It's also very heavy, one of the heaviest Safari sauropods, really a solid piece, so it's definitely worth your money. But why don't we zoom in and take a quick look at the details on this figure. So we have some nice wrinkles and folds in the skin throughout the body. They are much more prominent on the Camarasaurus than they are on Safari's other sauropods, which I think is great. It looks incredibly naturalistic. I love all of the folds in the skin throughout. I really like the skin bunching up behind this limb that's lifting off of the ground. That's another one of my favorite parts of this figure. It just adds so much character having that limb lifting off of the ground as if it's walking very slowly, or it's being cautious about something even. If we spin around to this side, I really like how the skin is stretching across the midsection because the Camarasaurus is turning off to the other side. It's looking to its right. Looking down from the top is where you can really appreciate the beautiful markings with a mix of like a burnt orange and a Tuscan red color there. Absolutely gorgeous. I like how they get smaller and more spot-like right before the tip of the tail there, and they're much wider around the hip area, and they only go up to right about the base of the neck. I like how they don't continue all the way up the neck. The cream color for the underside is a very nice choice as well, other than typical white. And I do have to say, I'm going to bring in the Safari Ltd 2017 Diplodocus for a early comparison here on something. But you can see with the Diplodocus how we had an underbelly color here that was put just on top of the blue color for the rest of the body, but it's very clean looking, like it's just that single color that's been applied on. But if you look at the Camarasaurus, but they did apply what looks to be a gray or a brownish wash to the underside, which brings out that detail, and it makes it look so much more naturalistic because it looks almost dirty, like this animal's been trotting through forests or trotting through mud or something, and that would happen with a lighter skinned animal like this. They would have lots of dirt and mud packed into their underside and such. The grayish blue color across the body is also a really, really nice choice, and it complements the red and the burnt orange stripes on the back, as well as the white, of course, very, very nicely. Now I'm gonna have to lean him down like this so you guys can take a look at his face, because this figure is very large for my review set, but I think the face is absolutely adorable. I love the expression. It looks like a very wise Camarasaurus, like a very gentle and wise giant herbivore. You can see the nostril carved out there, as well as the ear on the back. The eye is done in a yellow color. I love the sculpt work around the eye as well to give it some depth and character around the eyes there. Here's a look at the other side. I really like this side with just the way the mouth looks and the eye looks from this side. I think that's nice. I love how the cream color carries up onto the face and around the eye as well from the underbelly. I think that's great. Also, another part I wanted to take a quick look at are the feet. Correct number of toes on the front and the back feet, and the claws are done very nicely as well. I especially like the way the huge thumb claw looks on the front here. And of course, that's the only claw that would be on the front feet of Camarasaurus. So this figure is absolutely beautifully detailed, beautifully colored, beautifully sculpted. I really can't stop singing this sauropod's praises, and the quality of this is it's almost like a callback to the old Carnegie Museum of Natural History range. The way the material feels and the way the paint is applied is very similar to that. It's different from Safari's other figures, definitely. But anyway, why don't we give this figure a quick measure? So Marvin, why don't you bring out the flexi ruler? Thank you, Marvin. Alright, we've got our trusty flexi ruler here, so let's give this Camarasaurus a measure, and it's actually longer than the ruler here. We're looking at over 12 inches, about 13 inches, which is about probably 32 centimeters. And in terms of the height at the highest point, which is the top of the head here, we are looking at about 6.5 inches, which is about 16.5 centimeters. And quickly, for comparison, we're actually going to bring the Camarasaurus out for just a moment, and we're going to do a brief history of Safari Ltd sauropods all the way back in 2016 when they started this trend of making a new sauropod figure every single year. So here we have the tiny Shunnosaurus figure released back in 2016. Here we have the much larger Diplodocus released in 2017 with its brilliant blue color. Here we have the 2018 Safari Ltd Amargasaurus, my favorite sauropod, and I still absolutely adore the coloration on this figure. And also released in 2018, we had double sauropods for 2018. Here is the Malawisaurus from Safari Ltd, a very interesting addition to their roster. And finally, up to 2019, we have the 2019 Camarasaurus from Safari Ltd, of course, and I'm trying to fit all of them in the shot here. It is very difficult to do so. There we go. I think that's as good as it's going to get right there. But I love how they have very different colors and patterns throughout all of their sauropods that they've released over the past several years, and my favorite is definitely the Camarasaurus. This thing is just so beautifully done overall. But let's remove all of these sauropods quickly, because I wanted to compare the Camarasaurus with the 2019 Safari Ltd Stegosaurus here, which is another Morrison formation dinosaur from the Jurassic period. And also here is our consistent size comparison of Bernie the gator, which we just recently reviewed on the channel, and who is going to be featured in all Safari reviews coming up as a consistent size comparison. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for this review on the 2019 Safari Ltd Camarasaurus. This thing is just absolutely stunning, and I can't get enough of it. This one was one of my favorite figures to take pictures with in a long time because of all the personality that it has. If you saw the pictures in the thumbnail, I had a field day photoshopping it because there were so many good angles that this Camarasaurus figure could have its pictures taken at. But anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Also leave a comment telling me what you think of this awesome Camarasaurus figure. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and as always, I will see you in my next video. So take care, and bye-bye.